Hey everybody, this is Corey W, and this is going to be my first YouTube video. I've actually been thinking about doing one for a while now, and one of the big topics that I want to talk about that I feel close to heart with is Dragon Ball Super. A lot of people have been making a lot of videos, a lot of theories and everything, especially with the big tournament of power that's going on right now. You know, my boy Goku up against Jiren, that was the big thing for the 1 hour special. Now, there has been a lot of speculation and theories behind what's going on in that particular episode. My boy Goku, he came out strong. You know, did everything like he normally does. Test the opponent's power out, do what he has to do, see how it goes, and obviously it didn't go well, as we all know in the 109. But when 110 came through after he took in the power from the Spirit Bomb, and he unlocked the Ultra Instinct form, a lot of people were excited and surprised and didn't know how to react, and I was one of them. That was the most epic thing I've seen in the longest time. But at the same time, felt like I had seen it before. And I'm not just talking about Whis, and I'm not talking about anything that was been brought up in the past, but something that I was actually seen at the very beginning of the Tournament of Power. Something that has not been brought up in any of the YouTube videos that I've seen or seen in any of the comments that I've seen. Now, if I've missed it and you're seeing this video, let me know. But nobody has brought this up, or at least this particular episode up. They talk about when Whis was training Vegeta and Goku, and about the ability to, have self-movement, saying they were too slow because they were thinking about their movements and not actually just letting their bodies go. Something that the gods have a difficulty perfecting, including Beerus. And that made a lot of sense back then. And to see what's going on right now, and see Goku actually go and start moving on his own when he was completely depleted and running off the power from the Spirit Bomb, and the fact that Whis picked up on it and Beerus picked up on it a little bit, and then as soon as Beerus said something, you saw Chopper's ears twitch, and you also saw, the other gods start to pay attention, especially Universe 11's god, God of Destruction, in his person next to him. So they picked up on that just as fast, and they seemed the most worried out of everybody next to Beerus and Chopper, and that makes you wonder, along with all the theories that have been going out, does Jiren have Ultra Instinct? And so what I want to talk about is a particular episode that came out, again, right at the beginning of the tournament, episode 96, and it was towards the end. I'm going to show y'all a video, and it'll start making sense to you, but people are saying, well, maybe Jiren has had it all along. Maybe that's why he meditates. Maybe that's why he can understand the heat that's coming off of Goku's body. But when you think about it, Jiren already showed that he can do Ultra Instinct. He already showed that he had that ability before the tournament even started, when Goku first met him. And so I'm going to show y'all that video here in just a second, okay? Well, like I said earlier, you're going to have to excuse me because, again, this is my first time doing the video. So I'm having a little technical difficulties because I'm actually recording off of my phone. I was trying to see if I could flip the camera to record something on the computer screen for me. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I'm still got time to learn. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try to see if I can move the computer in front of me where I can look at both and still show you what I'm talking about. So bear with me another second. Alright, so where we're at right now in the video is episode 96, where Universe 11 first pops up on the scene. Universe 7 freaks out, and Khalifa's sitting there, starts talking smack about him, saying, oh, if they're so scared of them, what's the big deal? Yeah, as this episode goes on, I said, they're still getting used to everybody, but everybody knows how Goku is, and of course Goku sees Toppo, and there he goes. Gonna go talk to him, talk his smack, wants to get a rematch for the other fight, and, goes from there. Toppo says no, and Goku sees Jiren, which you'll find out in a second. And this is where the point I was making really comes to be. Goku has had the ability to see somebody do a move or do a technique and pick up on it really fast, going all the way back to his first Kamehameha. So pay attention to what's about to happen.
中の戦士たちが集まってきたな。
少し作業のペースを上げるぞ。なんだ。
See all these pieces of everything flying all over the place from the stage. Look at Jiren. Look at Goku.
あいつ動きもしねえで。ブロックの動きを完全に見切ってたんか。やっぱただもんじゃねえな。これで最後。
Alright, so seeing that, can everybody see what I'm saying? Goku already figured that Jiren has a special ability. And Jiren already showed to everybody that he has some of his abilities, as well as the fact that he doesn't need to just react like everybody else. He didn't even see those pieces coming behind him. And yet he just closed his eyes and stood there as they went around him when everybody else is trying to run. That right there already proved that Jiren has Ultra Instinct, something that he has developed over time, which is why he is the strongest in Universe 11, which is why Universe 11 is so confident in his power. Now, going into the other theories as far as him meditating and maintaining his power, that also kind of goes back to with the Super Saiyan Blue and maintaining and, you know, keeping that God ki from seeping out of their bodies, which, you know, Goku and Vegeta both proved at one point. I can't remember if it was just in the manga or if it was in the episodes as well, but they did prove that they could stop the ki from coming out, which helped them become stronger. That heat that's coming from Goku is the same concept. Goku didn't know how to control it, so he burnt out all of his energy. And Jiren knew about that because Jiren had to deal with that in the past while he was developing his Ultra Instinct. So now Goku just needs to figure out the concept. Okay, while I'm resting and regenerating my ki, I burnt through it too quick. I didn't know what I was doing. My body was moving on its own. It was all new. So now I can sit here and react and think, okay, I got it now. I need to just remain calm. And everybody keeps talking about that look that he gave him when he first came out of the light for after the spirit bomb blew up. Gave him that same look. Goku has been giving that same look ever since he was a kid. He gave that look back during the King Piccolo saga. That last finishing move, that punch that Goku was throwing at Jiren, that was Goku's body reacting on its own. Goku's body was intent on trying to kill Jiren, the same way he killed King Piccolo. If you watch the way his body moved, the way the punch was, and you hear the Ozaru roar and that growl in the background when he's screaming, it's all the same concept. Goku was ready to kill him, at least his body was. But he ran out of juice. Now, if you don't believe me in as far as the style of the punch, because that was basically the Ozaru fist or a dragon fist or whichever one you want to look at, because that same punch has been used in canon and non-canon from Dragon Ball all the way through GT in one way, shape, or form. And that's when he is absolutely trying to take somebody down. Go straight through him. And that's what he wanted to do. But he got stopped. Same way all his other techniques got stopped. But we all know there's going to be a round two. And you know what? Hey, my money's kind of on hit to show a little bit of weakness in Jiren, honestly, for this next episode. But if you guys, you know, want to discuss more about what happened in this video, or, you know, what happened in the concept that I'm saying, feel free. Point out something that I may have missed, because the only reason I'm doing this video is because I feel like episode 96 was completely forgotten, and that nobody thought about Jiren and his Ultra Instinct until he fought Goku about it, which really I guess is right, because nobody knew what Ultra Instinct really was at the time. Nobody really thought about mastery of self-movement, because Jiren didn't even move, he just stood there. but his body knew he was not going to be harmed. So, think about it. Look at episode 96 again. Look at some of the old Dragon Ball episodes, some of the old Dragon Ball Z episodes, movies, whatever. Look at some of these different things. Goku has learned a new technique. He does not know how to control it. He does not know how to master it yet. But he has seen it one time. Just like he did with the Kamehameha, as well as a few other, almost every other move he knows, except for the Super Saiyan transformation, really. Everything Goku knows, he learned from somebody else from watching them. Just like he watched Jiren. And now he can understand, or now his body knows how to use Ultra Instinct. Now he just has to master it. But, again, feel free to comment. This is my first video. Seeing how things go with this one. I'll probably do a few more in the future. I love Dragon Ball Z. I love anime. I love comic book movies, all that stuff. So I got plenty of things I can talk about. You never know. You may see more of me in the future. But for now, peace out. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. You know, like, subscribe, whatever. The more I get, the more videos I'll start making in the future. Y'all have a good night.